if you are here sharing space right now in this video, that we are this same spirit. It lives within everything. And for you to be able to perceive of this conversation and to have called it into your reality today and to be here listening right now, you have to have this spirit active within you, because you can only perceive that which you are. Now, I don't think I have to waste any time explaining that to you, because I know that you understand that. You can only perceive things that you are the vibration of, said a little bit differently. So you understand the high vibrational nature of this spirit. And I want to let you know that it literally exists within everything. It is always here for you. It is always supporting you. So when you ask yourself, where'd the energy go? Where'd that source connection go? I feel alone. I feel stuck. I don't know what's going on. What do I do next, right? When you're at these places in your journey, which, come on, we're all gonna have those moments sometimes. It's just the way it is. It's part of what makes this adventure here pretty cool, I think. It's dynamic, it's contrasting, it's great. There's a lot to do. A lot of places to experience ourselves in, am I right? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So, this spirit is just such a fun conversation to have, because it's like, you already know everything that I'm saying. You already know it. So that's what makes this conversation feel kind of funny to me right now in my personal human reality. It's a little bit dorky, you know? It's like you're wearing a red shirt right now and I'm like, hey, I'm a guy on YouTube. I wanted to let you know that you are wearing a red shirt right now. Much love. See you for the next video. This spirit is within you. It is always with you. So when you're asking yourself, where is my connection? Where did this go? Or what's next for me? It's like trying to find, I can't find my glasses, and you're wearing them, they're on your face, right? Because this spirit, this very powerful, conscious spirit that I'm speaking about, there are no walls that it cannot break through. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even need to break through them, because to this spirit, there are no walls. It is unstoppable. There is no darkness that can withstand the power of its presence and its light. And what is it? What is this Holy Spirit? Well, you're here hanging out with me today, so I'm going to tell you what I feel about it. Somebody else might say it otherwise. It's you. It is who you really are. It is an aspect of your consciousness that is so pure, so potent, that there is no dimension of reality that you could manifest yourself in, and that spirit would not be present with you constantly, protecting you, loving you, guiding you, holding space for you, encouraging your growth forward on that soul level, so to speak. You're not alone. You aren't. You have never been. You have never been. And any book that you've ever read that was like super enlightening and activating to you, understand this. You wrote that book. The reason it resonated so strongly with you is because the spirit that you are passed through some other version of you on the human level. Understand this. I'm you. We are all this same spirit and consciousness manifesting itself and experiencing itself in all these different perspectives. So realize this. You wrote that book. That was you. You know that first guy who went on the moon? That was you. That was literally you. You are all over the place, right? These videos that you watch, that you feel this presence, you know that what you are feeling is you. That's why sometimes it feels like I'm inside of you, or like we're just like our energy's like mixed in a soup bowl, right? I know you get what I'm saying. It's because I am inside of you, because I am you, and you are within yourself. And I'm just here and I'm like, doo, 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 doo. Again, this is a funny conversation to me. You're wearing a red shirt. This whole video is me telling you you're wearing a red shirt. It's like, you already know. But sometimes on the human level, because of the things that happen in our day-to-day lives, and because of a lot of the unconsciousness around us, just to be honest, right? We don't mean it in a judgy way, that everything and everyone around us is so unconscious. No, but just recognizing that there's a certain level of truth to that. sometimes we get caught up in that wave. There's a lot of momentum to it. You know, if you walk in a room of 100 people who have no idea who they are, you could have walked in knowing who you are, but if you weren't really firmly grounded in it, right? If you hadn't watered it enough yet, if you hadn't spent enough time with your true self yet, you potentially might get caught up in the momentum of what everybody else is energetically emanating of not knowing who you are. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be afraid that other people or external circumstances have the power to knock you off your path and to mess you up. No, because if you walk in that room and you find yourself there, then that is where you are meant to be in that moment. That is part of your path. That is part of your journey. This Holy Spirit guided you into that place on purpose. And you're losing touch with this Spirit, losing touch with who you really are, actually amplifies your connection to it, because you will find it again. Because you are wearing that red shirt, my friend. The glasses are on your face. You will remember it again. It is inevitable. And every time you forget and then remember again, your remembering becomes just that much more powerful. Okay, this is kind of a lot of what the spiritual awakening process has to do with. It is normal in the human spiritual awakening journey to sometimes be feeling like you're being pulled between two different versions of yourself. Okay, there is this pull of sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there. But every time that happens, your recognition of who you really are, what really matters, and what is actually relevant to your path, who you are, it becomes clearer to you. So understand that if today is a day where you are in absolute alignment with that and you have that clarity, awesome, great job. That is just, it's great, right? It feels amazing. It's powerful, it's purposeful. But hey, guess what? If you're not feeling that connection today or someday in the future, and you can remember this video, this message you called forth in your reality and gave to yourself, just remember, hey, that's great too. It's part of the process. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and there is absolutely never any valid reason to be hard on yourself and to bully yourself. Because anytime you do this, you just keep programming into yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. But understand that those episodes in the season of your life, as if your life is a show, hey, those conflicts, they're great. Those conflicts give you strength. Raise your hand if you've experienced any challenges in the past, even like years down the line, that felt so horrible while you were going through them, but now you would never change what you went through because it just made you who you are. You learned something, you expanded. Something about that challenge that you traversed paid off in a really big way that you can see now in hindsight. Raise your hand. Okay, so I would bet that you are raising your hand right now because I know that you have the intelligence and the conscious awareness to recognize that things that happen in our life are always happening for us, not to us. Okay, now remember, the message of this video that you have manifested and called into your life today is don't forget that you aren't alone. Even when you feel alone, who you really are is right here with you, never leaves you. Okay, the glasses you're trying to find, they're on your face. The shirt that you're trying to find, you're wearing it. All the power that you've been looking for outside of yourself, you got it right now. Right now, you have it. It is the frantic kind of psychological issue that humans seem to suffer from, that we frantically are looking for things that we already have, and we don't realize that we already have them, right? We're frantically trying to manifest a romantic partner because we want to feel union and we want to feel love. And in that process, we completely forget that we are love, that we are union. Right now in this moment, that is who you are. So we're looking for somebody else to fulfill something that is actually already full within us. See, you are not empty. Your cup is not empty, and you do not need anyone or anything to fill it for you. And this Holy Spirit that is active within you knows it. It is the aspect of you that is the recognition of I am a full cup. I don't need to be healed, I am healed. I don't need to perfect myself, I am perfect. Do you see the difference here? You are great right now in this moment, no matter what. You really are, and you aren't alone, okay? You can call upon your guides. You can call upon support. There are so many amazing and fun ways that we can encourage remembering in our lives on the human level. So many ways. Like an example, like my crystal necklaces, for example. You guys know I like crystals. It helps me to remember that energy that I already am. It helps me to activate that and to know that it is here. You see, there are so many things you could do. Yoga, meditation, all of these things are really just ways that you give yourself permission to tune in to who you really are, to find that peace, that power, that structure, that balance, that fullness that you already are right now in this moment. See, my crystals do not make me more powerful. Meditation, yoga does not make me more peaceful. I already am peaceful. I already am fulfilled, satisfied, and powerful beyond belief, far beyond belief. These are just things that remind us of that. So have fun, play on the human level, engage with the things that help you to feel connected to yourself. Because in my personal opinion, this is really just my opinion, okay? And remember, I'm just a guy living my life out here like you. So take it or leave it. My opinion is that these things that help you to feel connected to yourself, that's on purpose. It's part of your path. It's how this Holy Spirit, this powerful consciousness that we both are, guides us on the human level to live that soul journey, that soul path that is meant for you. Why do I feel so in alignment when I sit down and play guitar and I sing songs and I just feel like all this energy and power emanating around me? Well, because it has something to do with my path. I don't need the guitar and to open my mouth and sing words to be who I really am, but I'm guided to it. They amplify that, and it's for a reason, right? So this is just an example. The things that engage you with this conscious power of who you are, it's on purpose. So engage with them more, because the longer you spend in this connection with yourself, the more familiar it becomes, the more you consciously and on a very real level within yourself recognize that this is who you are. That you don't actually need any of this stuff or these things, or you don't need this money or this relationship, right? Do you follow what I'm saying? Because you recognize, I know you are right now, that so much of our human lives is us fighting to achieve or to bring something into our lives that we want for ourselves. But in the process, we are forgetting that we already are right now in this moment, that very thing that we are trying to create ourselves to be. The glasses are on your face. You didn't lose them. You are wearing the shirt. Everything that we experience on this dimensional plane, that we are having this conversation on right now, that we are perceiving ourselves on the human level to be. Everything that happens here, it is all a reflection of what is within you. If you have some annoying interactions all the time with people, maybe stop blaming other people and recognize that there must be something going on within you. Take responsibility. Because when we try to blame external reality for our situation, we miss the fact that our entire situation is a manifestation of what is happening within you. Go within. That is the place to find the truth. It is the only place the truth exists. And sometimes that requires us going through a somewhat scary process of things falling out of our lives and wondering, who am I? Where am I? What does any of this mean? These are all questions that sometimes in life we will ask ourselves. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to do that deep dive within, to go to that uncharted territory, that unknown place that nobody's given you an instruction manual for. Why? Because you have to go there first. You have to touch it and tap into it first. It's got to be you. There's nothing that I have ever said or shared with you in these videos that was something that I knew that you didn't and I gave it to you and you're like, oh, thanks, Nathan, you changed my life. You know, I really appreciate people who share that. And they say to me when I meet them in person how much it's benefited them and helped them in their lives. And of course, I love that. That's awesome. This is totally partly why this is who I am and what I'm doing. But remember, you would not be able to perceive this conversation or any of the things I have said or anything you've heard anyone else say without first having had recognized it within yourself. Period. That is the final statement. That is it. That's all there is to it. So take a breath right now and look around you at your reality and recognize that everything that you are experiencing is simply a reflection, a mirror showing you who you are. And sometimes who you are is someone who's confused. Sometimes who you are is someone who doesn't know. Sometimes who you are this. But who you are at the core of all of it is everything. You are that knowing. And it is only because you are that knowing that you are even allowed to have a human manifested experience of being someone who doesn't know. You have to first have the answer within you to be able to experience the human manifestation of asking the question. All right, I don't want to go too far out right now because I don't want to confuse you, but I know you feel the transmission of energy right now and you recognize what is here that is meant for you, that you have purposefully come here today to share this moment in time and space, beyond all of it, this eternal specialness, to activate within yourself what you already know and just wanted to see in the mirror today because sometimes it's good to see who you are. It's great, actually. So, don't forget, you are not alone because you are always here, and that means something. I do hope that the energy in this video served you in some special way, and I hope to catch you for the next Vibes and Frequencies video. Much love to you. See you soon.